Dummy.
Hey, stop playing with the damn mic, man.
I want my shit to be perfect.
You done had 30.
Dummy.
We only had 30 minutes to get this right. And here he goes, still playing with his mic.
Pause. It's mine. There we go. Now we perfect.
You ain't gonna like that long.
It's right there. I ain't got to do
That
nothing.
just don't look like you like that long.
I ain't got to do nothing. I got my thighs out and shit, though.
I did a thigh check.
Shit.
Y'all see him thigh checking over this bitch?
Got the thighs out, man. You got to put your thighs up. But like, I don't feel comfortable being exposed.
It's been a long time. We ain't been in Uptown ever, have we? Us.
Not us. Nah, I know me and Todd did one.
Y'all did one over here?
Mm-hmm. Me and Todd.
No, that was trash.
No, it was a good show.
No, that was the one King Garrett said y'all talked about. Who was it y'all talked about for hours?
He gonna always have a problem, though.
No, it was somebody y'all talked about for a long. Was it Chloe? It was somebody. Y'all niggas stayed on that shit by 34 minutes.
So what? It's gonna always be something. I can't wait till he have a problem about what we talk about too long.
Nah, he'd be scared of us.
Nah, don't put us in there.
Well, he's scared of me.
Big stop.
Yeah, nigga, fuck wrong with you?
Big stop.
Yeah, I know he's scared of me. I stuff him in the locker like Todd used to do.
I ain't got nothing to do with your feel, my boy. I don't think. You fearful of it.
What?
Stop scaring my boy.
Dummy.
Scared who? King Garrett?
Mm-hmm.
He know I'm gonna be nice to him. I taught him a couple lessons, so he understand.
Sound like fear. It sound like feel like a daddy. I taught him a couple lessons.
I taught him a couple
As a
lessons.
young child, I told him what to do in the right way, and he did it.
Y'all like this look? We are Uptown, man. It's just me and Hoot look like. So.
We done fired the mother nigga.
Well,
Everybody else fired. You're
fuck it.
fired.
Let's get to it. Here we go. You're tuning in to the Hoot in Stock podcast. I'm Stock.
I'm the new Hootie.
And we back like we never left, because like we say every week, we never leave. This is episode 1. Yes, episode 1 of the Hoot and Stock show.
Fire.
Yeah, get y'all ass on. Nah, I'm just bullshitting, nigga. This is the Dummies podcast, nigga. This is episode 237 from the Consistent Group. You know how that go. It's Sunday, man. Y'all know what we do on Sundays, man. We in here doing our thing. We in Uptown. Yes, the Content Factor has another side. It's called Uptown. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day we'll do from the photography side. So yeah, man, if y'all in the podcast, then bring y'all ass down here, man.
We definitely will. Because it's more open space. We could put a whole little setup in that thing.
But it feel good to be in here, man. I actually have never recorded a show from this side before.
Loser.
I was on the news from this side.
Loser. This is fun side because you could really
remember when the news came to see me. I was
They was in here talking to G-Ball.
What his name? Artist.
Talking to artists.
Dummy.
Artists and they be sweating like a motherfucker.
But this side is, I ain't gonna lie, this side more comfortable.
It is. It's
more relaxed. I could chill. I could stick
It was built like that though.
You didn't even see me when I put my leg out.
You didn't even see me when I put my leg out like that.
Put your leg out.
Yeah, you can get a little comfortable.
Go ahead, Cheeto. Cheeto, go
look
ahead.
at our
Make
short
ratings.
after we put our leg up. That shit crazy.
Yeah, man, my thigh 2 weeks, bro. There you go, Cheeto. That's enough. Get what you got. I gotta keep pulling down.
Man, it's crazy that you brought up. Well, I get to that. I get to that about the short shorts because there's some other shit that's going on, and I'm curious if you want to take parts in it.
We'll get shorter than short shorts.
No. We'll get there. I got it.
Walk around in thongs on this thing? I ain't about to do that.
Nah, come on, man. Cut it out. But nah, man, we in this thing, man. It's Sunday. Y'all know what we do, man. The Consistent Group, man. But no, for real, this is Uptown. This is a smaller version studio of what we got. It's more of an intimate space.
Get all up in your face.
Yeah, man. If you're looking for podcast photography needs, please come to the Content Factor. A lot of you shows have slowed up, and I understand it's getting a little tough. You know,
What's that about?
Inflation and stuff is big and rampant, but we are still here to service all your podcast photography voiceover needs, man.
I do want to know that though. Like, why most podcasts? Like, what's your reasoning for slowing down? Like, let us know. We want to know to see if there's a way we can help you not slow down.
Because a lot of people don't know how to get to the money that's in it. That's my thing, my take. And I don't think that people realize that it's not that easy to consistently create content.
I think they need to also realize it's not just always about the money. Like, if you're not getting to the money, so what? You're doing that podcast because you like that podcast, you love that podcast, you want to put that image out there. So even if you're not getting money from the podcast, find a way to get it from somewhere else from the podcast.
I do it for therapy.
I like it.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I like the lights.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm whole bright right now.
Hey, we shining. We shining, B.
Shine.
But nah, man. Where we at with it though, Hoop?
Oh man, good weekend, man. I done had a good weekend. I got out a little bit. Started off a good work week, always. Then got to Friday. Got to go shoot my boy Trey. Shouts out to Trey and Tasha.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations to
Hey,
y'all,
nigga, I know
man.
I be missing some of the invites, but niggas still invite me. Shit. Fuck wrong with you, Trey?
I had to go work, though. I went to work.
No,
so
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about Trey.
Yeah, I feel you. Picture, I saw BA in there. I ain't seen BA in forever.
Yeah.
BA and Markless was in there. So shouts out to Trey and Tasha. Got engaged. They got engaged on Friday. So congratulations to my boy, my college roommate. Shouts out to you. Then the wife came, of course, and then Saturday went to Joe Fight.
Shout out Joe.
Shouts out to Joe Fight. Joe Fight was it was pretty cool. It was a pretty good atmosphere. It was a pretty good setting. We got to see we got some ringside seats, which I shouldn't have because we got the ringside seats, but then we ended up hanging the DJ. We weren't hung in the DJ booth.
They wanted to come hang up with me. You know what I'm saying? I knew the spot to go.
We got that before him.
And I told him where to go.
No, you did.
Yes, I did.
First try hit me up. He was like, "Hey, who would come up here?" You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'm giving a boy credit, but that was cool, man. And that's a better view. The ringside view is trash. I will say
It's too
that.
low. It looked like to me.
Yeah, it's too. You looking up and you kind of.
We had perfect vantage point. We was high enough to
At the
see
50
it,
yard line.
but we wasn't far away.
Basically at the middle of the 50-yard line. They said it's the best seat. So
I saw that.
yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. But shouts out to Joe. Congratulations on the event, man. I think it can go further than what it is. Keep working, keep grinding, keep doing your thing. Me and the wife, we chilled this weekend, and it was cool, man. I enjoyed chilling and hanging with the wife and going out with the wife. It just seems like it's easier to just chill and relax and just float. There, so that's cool.
Float.
Just float.
Float on.
How was your weekend, cuz? Or your week, should I say?
It was a cool little week, man. I worked like I always work, but I felt a little tiredness coming on. So I went ahead Thursday and kind of took me a day. I took me a day, took me a day off my other job too, just to kind of, reset. You know what I'm saying? I felt it coming, and I was like, nah, because it'd be that fine line between resetting and am I really that tired? Can I push through? And I was just thinking like, nah, nigga, just take your day.
Some days you gotta be tired.
Yeah, so it was a cool day, but
Some days you gotta be tired.
but like with everything, I got up at 8. You know what I'm saying? I still ran errands and shit, and then I went back and took a nap, like for about 2 hours, which was a lot. That shit helped.
Naps are, man.
Yeah, man, shouts out to you. So listen to your body, man. Because I was gonna ask this, but do you feel
Is
like,
a day enough?
do you feel like people try to tire shame people?
No, not if you're actually earning your tire. They shouldn't if you're earning your tire. But some people, I don't never sleep. I'm 24 hours a day. You're a fucking fool, and you need some rest. You're gonna crash at the age of 41.
Yeah.
I want to live longer than that.
Like,
So,
I just noticed that
yes.
like a lot of people will be like, "You gonna take off the rest?" Yeah,
Yes.
motherfucker, I'm tired.
That's what you're supposed to do. Not only physically, that mentally too.
And I had calculated, I had worked like about 100 and, every 2 weeks. In a 2-week period, I probably had worked 180 some hours.
That's too much work, man.
A normal 40-hour week, that's 80 hours of pay period. And in them 2 weeks, it was like 180 some hours.
It's too much work.
So yeah, so I need to.
It's not too much. I ain't gonna say too much. I learned that term this week. It's not too much until it's too much.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just every now and then
it's a lot.
you gotta go back and reset.
It is a lot. You gotta recognize it's a lot and
I just
reset
hate
yourself.
So I hate them people who, you tired, you can't. Nigga, you don't know how tired I am. Like how you measure my tired?
Nigga, I wake up tired. How about that? I wake up tired.
And it's crazy because I told somebody today, I was like, look, I can tell the difference between regular sleeping and I was exhausted sleeping because like you said, you wake up tired because we just do so much. So nigga was tired, but I feel way better than I was like Wednesday. And when I finally Wednesday night, when I finally made up my mind, like, man, I'm gonna take Thursday. I feel way refreshed.
Going back to that, is that enough? That one day, is Thursday enough?
And it's never enough, but it's for people like who always on the go. That one day can do a lot. Cause I went to work Friday. I was working. I was
nigga singing. He got them.
I had them game playing fingers, them fighting game fingers.
Jim Carrey's.
Yeah. So I was floating through work, and I felt better. My mind felt sharper. My mood felt better.
That is a fact, man, and that is realistic too. It's not a fake thing. It's never enough fully, but a day or two taking it off, you come back, you feel the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That could sometimes propel you for a whole nother month. But I think you should take off often, in my opinion. Often is once every 3 weeks, maybe I would say, or twice.
I said that I think I'm gonna build that into it,
like something like that. Cause nigga, we be going for 4 months and be like, oh, I took 1 day. No, nigga, we need more than that. Like, that's not enough, man. You need a couple days.
Yeah, cause nigga working multiple jobs, then you got the business. You know, you got to be over here for the clients and stuff, and
nigga, it feel good not to be in control of nothing for a day. Not have to make no decisions.
No, I get it. So that's why I did it. But yeah, that was cool. That helped me refresh. Like you just said, got to go see. Friday night, my daughter had a Meet the Eagles event. That was pretty cool just to get out into the community. And it made me think about too, like back home, like I'm thinking like, damn, LaFleur could be doing shit like this with the teams that's in just that neighborhood. So I'm gonna call down there and tell some people that I know that, hey man, this might be a good idea to try to do next year, because it really is a good way to bring all the parks, the middle school
community,
and everything to that's feeding into the high school. You bring them all together, and coaches get to interact, meet other coaches, and just kind of bring the whole neighborhood together. So it was a dope little event. Some food trucks out there. I got a big stupid hamburger.
You held out on that, cuz.
Well, you know, it was just, I don't know.
Anytime you're going to get good food, I always say, hey, I see this big triple cheeseburger. You might want it. Let me know.
That big, man, that picture, I'm telling man, that picture didn't even show y'all what the real was. So what it's called the Executioner. I said, that bitch finna kill somebody. I don't know who it is. But it was finna get somebody.
Attack or a coma.
Man, listen, it was about to do it. But like, nigga, it's a grilled cheese sandwich.
Hell, they got burger meat on there.
It was a grilled cheese sandwich on the top. A grilled cheese sandwich at the bottom,
I ain't even peeped
2
that.
patties in between with the cheese in the middle of it, and then it was put together. So what I did was pull the goddamn.
I ain't even see that part.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. I pulled the grilled cheese apart. That bitch had bacon on the inside of it. What the fuck going on? It had like a little bacon bit sprinkled in it. It was a big burger, but I had to cut that shit up. I couldn't even eat all that shit. And I'm a big guy.
I would have said
That's the execution.
I'd have said.
Man, it was good.
I'd have said.
Oh yeah, I came back the next day and handled my business.
Big sad.
But yeah, man, then we got to go to Joe fight, man. That was a dope experience, man. Bartow was looking really good last night. Got to meet the owner who had helped put it all together. Really good guy. He was, sharing a lot of information about boxing, like a lot of inside information that you don't get. You know,
passionate about it.
Yeah. Of course, anytime somebody do stuff like that, that's why I like creators, man. Like people who create shit out of thin air. That you always gonna get a good conversation. Like y'all be fucking with me about talking to people, but that's what I get when I be talking to people. Like nigga, I'm not finna sit there and talk to somebody who's not interested. But like the people you end up having those kind of conversations with, they doing shit like, oh, I own a horse at the Kentucky Derby. Damn, what that's like? Oh, this, and you learn stuff that you never probably would have known.
I guess I learned I would talk to them people because I was talking my ass to my boy last night.
Yeah, like
my homeboy last night.
Like as long as I've been watching boxing, and this might be crazy to people, I love boxing, but I never really paid attention to the red corner, the blue corner, how they break down. At that level, we always see most time when you watch boxing, people watch the big mega fights and shit. But these people just trying to transition into pro. So like you getting a different like, oh, he an amateur, he got 70 fights, and this is how he do it. He get here for the payday, and you know what I'm saying. So it was just dope to get the breakdown of it. Dope event. Joe fought a really good fight. You gotta let your hands go, man. I like you at that southpaw.
Put that jab out there.
When Joe do that southpaw, man, and he was throwing that jab, if he would have just threw that left hook with it, every time he was hitting him with that 1-2, he was rocking him. And when he was hitting him with that straight, he was walking him back. But just gotta be a little bit more active. But shouts out to him, man. It was dope to see somebody totally reinvent themselves. Like the man go from a football star to now he's a boxing pro, fighting in Bartow. And the thing that I looked at more so than anything, this is just how my brain worked. I was looking at, somebody had come in like, oh, it wasn't a lot of people in there. But I'm looking at the people that were in there. Yeah. And I'm looking at all these people here because of a talent that you decided to execute.
One guy.
To me, that's dope as fuck. You got people from California in there. You got people from Memphis, people from Atlanta. You got Bartow open for you, for your fight. Man, they don't get no doper than that. Sometimes people be wanting these mega, I need this big ass
have a million people there?
Man,
no,
I'm celebrating the people that was, and like it was just a dope ass event.
I had a blast.
Yeah, man. So
I had a blast, man. Shouts out to Joe, man. He said he gonna keep on working, so keep on working, keep doing your thing. And that's just who he has always been as a person. He's reinvented himself multiple times. Coming in our freshman year, his freshman year, played quarterback. Then Sam Hunt got the quarterback job. He went and played receiver, balled out. Sam Hunt graduated. He comes back to quarterback, sets records. goes, you know what I'm saying?
He did
goes
it in
to the
NFL.
NFL,
Return
and
kicks.
plays, return kicks, return punts,
Kickoff
blocks, tackles,
receiver.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Brett Favre go down, he go to quarterback.
right.
Like, yeah,
that's who
man.
he's been as a person. So he's always reinventing himself.
And that's probably
he
like,
doing it.
and that's a testament to him too, because that's why he probably stayed around the league so long. Because
He
if
do
he would have
everything.
just stuck the quarterback,
4
he was a
years,
good
3,
quarterback,
4
but
years,
maybe you only get 3-4 years.
Yeah,
But the fact that he created his
8 to 10
value in
years.
multiple ways,
get you 8 to 10.
and make you hard to leave. And that's to me, that's a gem for life. Nigga, create a value where you need it.
Yep. Shouts out to my boy, man. Good fight, good fight, good fight. Keep at it. Let them hands go, nigga. Let them go, let them go, let them go.
Do you think,
Oh.
like, talking about Joe and reinventing yourself, you think as men it's important to be able to, like, reinvent or, recalibrate maybe your plans, thoughts, and go in a different direction?
Based on life and the path that I've gone, yes. Because I came in, start just going from high school. I'm going to go back to high school. From high school, I just was a football player. I ain't gonna lie, I learned nothing in high school. Absolutely nothing. Got a scholarship somehow. Got to college, my first semester had 3 D's and F. Nigga, I ain't learned nothing in high school. I learned everything I learned in college.
Ass nigga.
I got 3 D's and an F my first semester, and I was like, I'm not going back to New Orleans. And I changed up the whole mind frame of who I was as a person. And that means you got to be adjustable. So then I started going to class, going to study hall. Even if it's C's, I don't care. Make it. Then go and get a job. First, just starting going to work, just to go to work to pay the bills, then go home and have fun. Then you want that career to grow. And then once you see that job and that career isn't enough for what you want for your fulfillment, you do something else. You get into personal training. You get into photography. You get into podcasting. You get into studios. You get into reinvent yourself. So if you're not reinventing yourself constantly, it's not very many people who are successful with just doing one thing.
You said at the job. Let me ask you this. You think a job or career do you think you should be defined by your career?
No.
Like, and I'm only saying that because, like, I know some, like,
no.
like, as a recent, like, I think the younger generation are more so like what you said initially, like, nigga, this is a job for me to make a living, but I care about who I am outside of here more than I care what I am inside. So a lot of people, some people now are choosing not to break their neck or, like, give they all to a job that, like, if you die tomorrow, they wheel another chair right here and put little JJ right there.
I understand that, but I also, as a person, that won't let me do that. Because if I'm going to do something, I'm going to try to give it my all. So if I'm going to do this job, I'm going to try to give it my all, knowing that this isn't my end-all, be-all. That don't mean I'm going to go ahead and slack on it on purpose.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I heard some people talking at work, and they was talking about, they made a prejudgment of somebody by the work that they do at work. And they was like, well, if they probably doing stuff like this at work, it just only imagine how they living like that in their life.
Them people dumb, though. Them people don't understand people.
Yeah.
That's just not like two different people, man. At work, I'm this person. Outside of work, I'm this person.
Right.
Completely different. It's not even close.
Because life outside of work is completely different than life inside work. Because the measurements, the thing that they use to measure in some spots at work is totally different than what's used outside of work.
And it has to be. And that's the people who you don't really want determining what your life is or what your view of you are or whatever.
Some of those people are the people that's in control or in power.
Not for long, I don't think. But yeah, that's the old frame of thinking. There's some people, but I think more newer styles are changing. It only has to because that's how the newer generation is.
You got to definitely, because if not, to me, if you think like that, then you miss the opportunity to create leaders that can make differences or make changes. And
you're gonna stay in 1998,
and that's why
no,
I ain't gonna get into all of that. But that's probably why.
But that's anywhere
like
though. That's anywhere. That's anything that's anywhere. Just our older people. Just think about the older people. They never would have used the internet or wanted to use the internet 10, 15 years ago. Now, in 10, 15 years from now, they won't have a choice, so they're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just gotta adapt.
I was laughing at my coworker because she was saying how her mom still goes to the bank and still go pay all her bills at the power company and the water company. She go pull up, and I was, me and the girl laughed because her mama like that, and my mama kind of, well, I gotta go to the bank. Fuck y'all go to the bank so much. Like a check can be deposited right from the phone, but they just don't like that shit.
They going to the bank.
But Dad's made a good point because pandemic made their ass.
I still sometimes go to the bank though. I probably go to the bank once a month.
Boy.
Certain things I'd rather call or go.
I still go to the bank once a month.
Just
To do what?
certain things.
To put money into a certain account from a certain place.
Oh well, yeah, that's different. Cause some places don't let you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
transfer or
Like I got a dealing with the bank. They're like, you can't, like the way it's set up, you can't do it on like, you got to either drop it in their drop box or give it to them in their hand.
Yeah.
So
got to.
But
But also thinking on that too is it's kind of always going to be a old frame of thinking in most places because most times by the time the person gets to the top, most times the nigga be old. And the people up under them be young whippersnappers who still have to, who gonna come in and be like, you think old.
I don't think all places like that.
Not all.
Like you can't be in these tech places thinking like
That's
that.
impossible.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, but majority of companies and corporations do work like that. And but the good ones, I think, are able to adjust to the workforce.
You gotta have a little bit of both.
Like,
You gotta have the good. Whether they're old, they're young, they're middle age, you gotta have the good.
I was looking at and I know people get mad when I say this. I can choose to say it a different way, but I was looking at Dion talk about sports, and he was talking about his coaches, and he said that he thinks that it's important that the coaches adjust to the skill sets of the players, not the players adjust to the systems of the coaches.
Right.
So
that's how the history of football has been, from the wing tee to the spread option.
Oh no, you good?
Yeah, from the wing tee to the spread. That showed that based on time, and like going back to Alabama, like when they went play USC or whoever, and they saw, hey, we need some of them, and we're gonna have to adjust the way we play with them too. So
like it's okay to have a system, but like adjust it. And my man, that coach at Texas said that same thing. Sarkisian, he was like he don't like to say that this is the way my system must play. Nigga, whatever that player's craft they're doing, I'm gonna design something
for that
specifically for that player to be able to. Because you can't, like, and especially in college. I mean, you can recruit, but you can't always get every single player that you want. So you got to kind of adjust to what you get.
And the player that you get might not always turn out to the player that you recruited. We see a lot of players come in and change positions or go from this or go to that, go from offense, go to defense, and you got to be able to do what's best for that skill set of that player.
Changing, you ain't growing, and if you're not growing, you pretty much withering away.
Right. You can't stay like ain't nobody running a wing tee no more. You can't do that no more.
No,
or you can do it out of a different formation or a different look with different type of athletes.
But I had a conversation with somebody, and I'm not gonna go into it because it's not time yet. But once it's time, I want to come back and talk about it. But they bringing a different kind of offense to the college style football, and I'm very interested to see how it transitions into football, and we're gonna get to see it.
I need to.
That's as far as I'm gonna go with it because he told me nobody knows about it, so I'm not gonna put that shit out there yet.
Oh, was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Man, have y'all seen the trend now? Like, I'm not no fashionista or fashion person, but you see them big ass clothes back, like big pants and big breeches, big shirts. Mm-hmm. Do you ever see yourself going back to a trend of big clothes?
Not too big, but I do think that I had a little time in my life where I wanted my clothes to be more fitted. Now I can see like an oversized T-shirt, not too stupid big 4, 5, 6X. No, but
you gonna have on that Miss Elliott suit.
Never, never.
Who they gonna come? I can't stand the rain.
I ain't about to be out here dressed like Tedros. You ever watch that, The Idol?
Yeah.
I ain't about to be dressed like Tedros. No, wow. But I don't want my clothes to be skin tight no more. I do just want to have a little. But I ain't going big floppy disc with it.
Man, I don't.
I ain't going big floppy disc.
I just can't change them. I'm too old, dog. Like, what you gonna get is a nice polo and a button down for me, and some cooler jeans, and I'm gonna keep a pair of tennis. Mm-hmm. No, that's it. I can't do nothing else. I'm like the old work people. This is what you get.
I'll wear me a button up with the top button unbutton every now and then. Have a little chest out. Have a little chest out, just a little top chest.
Then nigga say he gonna have the top with the taco meat.
No, I ain't got nothing. I'm
you
grateful.
Grow some, put some Miracle-Gro your shit.
I'm grateful for now.
No, you can't wear your chest out with no chest hair, fool. What's wrong with you?
Why would
that's like blasphemy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I got young skin. I'm sorry. I don't want that old.
I ain't really got no chest hair.
I ain't trying to have that nappy shit sticking out. That shit terrible.
We ain't real men. We ain't yeah. You niggas ain't like granddad and them. Granddad and them had real chest hair. Fuck my chest hair.
I beat granddad up. But I beat granddad up.
Shit, no. Granddad and them. Niggas can undo the goddamn wrench with their goddamn finger. Hell yeah.
A 20-year-old screw. A 20-year-old screw. I am a wrench.
Shit. His
Squeeze the life out.
But granddad and them boy could till the whole yard goddamn quick with their hands. Them nigga work.
Man, too hard, man. Them nigga broke their back. They went to work
Literally.
14 hours a day. Cheated.
You doing that now?
6 hours a day and slept for 2.
Don't throw salt on granddad.
Oh, I ain't
like
throwing
that.
salt. I'm just speaking facts. You know, it was cool at that time.
It wasn't cheating back
We had
then.
a whole nother family.
It was part.
Two blocks back.
It was part of. It was part of
We
the
had a
being.
whole nother
It was
family.
part of being the breadwinner, wasn't it?
Family first side.
Y'all sure y'all want that?
Right.
Hey, don't get quiet now.
Sure, we want what to be the breadwinner.
Right. Like, shit, you got to go to work. Shit, stay right here.
Just have these kids.
Rest in peace, man, to Paul Rubens. The actor played Pee Wee Herman, died at 70 of cancer. It was kind of, I don't know if y'all saw it. I didn't get to actually read it, but he left a apology note to his fans and stuff, man. So, you know, he knew he was sick. He had been fighting and battling cancer for quite some time. But for people who were fans of Pee Wee Herman or watched Pee Wee Herman, that's the actor that played him.
You're a good man, Pee Wee Herman.
And my boy was on blow.
You know, yeah, he was on blow, and he was crooked on blow though. But he was on blow. But it was about business. He don't owe none of us an apology, man. You don't when you don't owe us an apology for you being sick and dealing with something you can't control. Thank you. That shows to the kind of person that you are, that you're willing to apologize for something you can't control and not something you're trying to put on people. So he's a great person for that. And you know, in light of him, I did the Pee Wee Herman dance.
Do it real quick. Get a music.
Nah, get out of here.
Come on, do that shit.
Man, but everybody knows the Pee Wee Herman dance, man.
That's what you used to do when you worked at Chuck E. Cheese?
Boy, I was doing everything. They used to be wild, though. They used to be hating because the Chuck E. Cheese before me would be in there twerking. And then they'd be like, the last Chuck E. was twerking. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That was a different person.
You felt pressured to twerk?
No, I'm not. You don't get this two-step.
That nigga had twerk pressure. That's
gonna
crazy.
They gonna get this King Wang and go about their business.
There you go, Dan. Twerk pressure. That nigga had twerk pressure.
Y'all gonna get this. Y'all gonna get this two-step, and I'm out of there, Jack. Two-step and a hand clap. I ain't got no that for you.
Did y'all see that video that went viral this week with the Gump River swing out? That's what I call it. It was a river boat down in Montgomery.
Chaos.
And it looked like, if y'all ain't seen it, man, it was a battle for the ages, man. You saw a group of people who I don't want to characterize it, but it was one group of people that approached one person who was by himself. They jumped him.
The white people jumped the black security guard, man.
And my man, the other people wasn't having it. They came to his defense and they wouldn't let him get jumped, man.
That was a whole black boat too. There was a lot of black people on that boat for them to try that. I don't know why those white people thought that they could jump this one black security guard in the front of a boat full of black people and just thought that was going to be okay. But then
my man wasn't playing with that chair. He was swinging loose with that chair.
Yeah, big head banger. Bang. Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what.
Hopefully nobody was hurt.
Right.
You know, it was a good old fashioned liquor brawl or something, and everybody okay.
Sunday fun
we
day.
don't condone violence, but big up to people trying to defend somebody who was just alone and about to get jumped by 5-6 people, because that could turn deadly.
And I don't condone any violence, but be fair with your violence, I guess.
Be fair with your violence.
Yeah, like only, you know, if somebody coming at you, you have the right to go back at them.
Did y'all see that Popeyes now offering flavor wings? I know your ass is a big wing person, but they coming out with honey barbecue, roasted garlic parmesan, Cajun buffalo, mango habanero, and classic.
I just want the Popeyes flavor.
6-piece, $5.99.
I just want the Popeyes.
That's
flavor.
probably classic.
And I'm not a big wing from Popeyes place.
You never had wings from Popeyes.
I know, that's why I like the thighs and the legs from Popeyes. So that's what I go to Popeyes.
So
I don't need y'all to make wings and flavored wings.
You ain't never tried it.
So
You like Popeyes chicken?
I do.
So what if they come up with some good ass wings?
If they flavored wings are not as good as Buffalo Wild
I'm
Wings,
willing to try. Nigga, you tried the chicken sandwich from it.
I did, but then I never went back. I went back to Chick-fil-A for a chicken sandwich.
Right. So why not try?
I would try, but I'm trying to say is if it's not good and consistently good like your thighs and your legs are, leave it where it's at. Why are they rebranding? Or should they? Because we keep saying that old way of thinking is Popeyes should just be Popeyes.
I feel like they got to do something. I feel like right now, I don't know if y'all saw it. I saw it on the news this week, but all fast food chains are in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah.
The sales are significantly down. Like, I don't know. Like, if y'all ain't looked around the economy, people not buying shit right now. They not buying stuff. They said plane tickets about to probably come down because nobody's buying them.
They too high anyway.
So I think maybe Popeye is just trying to figure out. McDonald's has got something coming in the works. I think right now everybody at a inflection point where they trying to change or add to what it is that they do.
You think some of them dies out?
Of course, that's part of big business, right?
Who sticks around?
McDonald's. McDonald's ain't going nowhere. They too good. Chick-fil-A ain't going nowhere. They too good. The ones I would be scared of, I don't think they're going nowhere, but I'm worried for Burger King.
Taco Bell?
Word for Taco Bell.
No, because
Taco Bell still throwing up new stores every week.
Because there's nothing else came to rival Taco Bell.
Yeah, there's no other taco something.
Like there's no. So if you want a fast food taco, only thing you really can go to is Taco Bell, unless you're in some other cities. You got like and even here they got like a Taco Casa and stuff, but that's not
real fast food.
Widely available.
It's not real
widely
fast food. You
available.
gotta go sit there widely available.
Fuck you.
I think I had 3 R's to that bitch.
Hey, you see how I tried to smooth past it?
Right? Like when you fixed it, I was like, nah.
Let shit be sometime. Who the goddamn?
You the one who messed it up. You fixed it. You should have left it like it was.
But no. But yeah, I don't think I think they'll be straight. I don't know. Burger King is the one I'd be worried about.
Sonic. What about Sonic?
They just be quietly doing their thing.
Sonic was terrible the last 3 times I went, and I love Sonic.
But that's the only place you're going for a hot dog, though.
They made me stop going somewhere for a hot dog because they just been trash.
I don't know those chains, man. They just been so good. Those ones, but like I can't even really see Burger King going nowhere. But if you have me pick,
it'll be Burger King.
We seen Checkers disappear. Crystals, you don't find it as much as you used to. People don't talk about that, but Crystals died out a little bit.
Hard. Popeyes is too though. They closing every other store they can find.
A lot of people doing that though. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like what we was talking about at the top about podcasting. People coming in there. It's just across service industries, big business. A lot of stuff is going to there right now.
I guess because people are learning. I could do this myself.
Inflation. Like a lot of people don't.
And it's cheaper for me to do it myself.
A lot of people are like.
It's cheaper for me to make a chicken sandwich or a Big Mac.
Right. And it's people who are making plenty of money, but everything's so high that people got second jobs. People cutting back on things that they normally could afford. They cutting back on it. So it's just rough out here across the board.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
The mom and pop restaurants, though, they eating a little bit right now.
Like who?
Who? I'll be scared of them too.
Right. Like
I mean, if I got one, I ain't got no choice but to try my best to prevail. But it's rough everywhere.
Pretty much. I'm trying to think of one that just be popping like that. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's some here and there, but for the most part, a lot of them, it's like every last one of them in Calera, open and close, open and close, open and close.
Talking about the mom and pop.
Yeah, any of them. Open
Man,
and close,
business
open
is
and
tough,
close,
man.
open
Like,
and
nigga,
rough out there.
It's just a tough stretch. This the backside, and I can't imagine what's going to happen to people when they cut student loans back off.
That's gonna be tough, man.
We only got a few more weeks for that.
September 1st or 30th?
September 1st, I think. It's gonna get rough. That's for goddamn
hard
sure.
out here for
fuck the U.S. soldier, man, Travis Kine. I don't know if y'all saw. It's been a couple weeks now, but it was been in the news because I saw them interviewing the family on CNN. But Travis Kine was facing disciplinary action by the military, and he chose the big idea of running across and crossing the DMZ. For people who don't know, that's the military zone between North Korea and South Korea. In the North Korea, where they took him into custody. America hasn't really heard what's going on with him as of late. But my man had got into an altercation where he assaulted some people over in South Korea and was going to be extradited back over to the U.S. to face charges. But he decided to run into North Korea. I don't know about y'all, but as much shit as I've seen, I don't think North Korea is a place that I'm going to run to. Shit.
Not over America, Jack, or South Korea.
So you rather just take your punishment?
Yeah, rather than running to North Korea, yes, that's a punishment in
What
itself.
if you go to North Korea and go there and they treat you
like Dennis Rodman? I ain't Dennis Rodman, so I ain't got no reason to think that. I've seen them treat a lot of people worse or bad. Americans. So
I ain't going. I fuck that. Take me over here, Jack.
I go jump in something I gotta swim in before I go run over there. Not gonna do it.
Said something he gonna swim in.
So he literally like ran into.
He ran across the line.
Which is a death trap in itself because they
sometimes they'll kill you, but they didn't. They just grabbed him and immediately detained him.
Oh, he's black.
Because you basically crossed into their territory, and nobody can go across there to get you.
And the crazy thing is,
because that'll start a war.
Not the crazy thing is, but the thing is if he was white, he probably would have got shot. Probably got shot.
Well, I don't know because you've seen people get shot at trying to leave, but I've never really noticed. I never seen nobody run across.
They had one big one not too long ago.
No,
they were shooting at him.
Yeah, they were shooting at him because he was trying to cross into South Korea.
It was one coming.
I ain't never known that. That's news to me.
Gotta look it up and make sure.
Oh, shit!
But I believe so.
That's news to me. I don't know. I just brought that shit up.
And you probably ain't heard nothing else about that person you talking about.
I bet you haven't. But I seen him because his family was mad. They was just saying how like, they want him back and they need him to come. I'm like, man, that nigga voluntarily ran across that line.
He coming back in a coma or something. He gonna be standing, but that's how it was the last time the white American went over there. He came back in a coma. Yeah, I'm just saying. That's what they did to him.
That's why I would have just went to jail, bro. You get three squares in a day on that motherfucker.
He black.
And I mean, it was an assault. So like, how much time you really gonna get, bro? Is that something? Is that something that like, okay, we got kids, right? Is that something that you worry about like with kids? Because like sometimes people get in trouble and it's not as bad as it may seem. And they make a terrible decision thinking that this is better than what they was really actually facing, something that wasn't bad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you think that way, but a lot of times you don't overreact to a super overreaction. Maybe your overreaction is something minor.
But this was.
But his is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but most times, like you were saying, like with the kids, I don't think they would overreact to a mandatory would be so catastrophic. This is catastrophic.
Yeah. Or like even just recently with the shit that happened here in Birmingham. Like, why you did that? With the Colorado shit. Like, why would you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could have gave you some other ways to do something if you needed attention or whatever it was for. We don't know yet. But I'm just saying, like one of the things that I worry about, like, and the reason why I want to try to be open with my kid, like, nigga, I don't want nothing. I don't want you to try this. I don't want you to do this. I want you to wait, a certain time when you mature to do certain things. But like, I would rather her feel more comfortable coming to me to tell me like, hey, I'm pregnant, or something like that. Then
going to do something crazy.
They say if I drink some bleach,
right,
and do this, it'll go away. Like, and they do something stupid because
TikTok.
They didn't feel comfortable to come to you.
Yeah, you always got to make it comfortable, but yes, and that's a reason why a lot of some kids overreact because they don't have nobody they can go to and tell them that. So they try to go to what they do know. TikTok was going to tell them something crazy. Instagram going to tell them something crazy. The internet, Google searches going to tell them something crazy. So having that person, because most times they'll be thinking, damn, I'm alone. I ain't got nobody who can help me. Who gonna do this? Having that person who can help you or be there for you, doing anything.
A lot of adults don't have people that can help.
They don't. But and I think you'll get to a point in life to where you're seasoned enough to know not to overreact. Even though a lot of us, especially as black men, as adults, don't have somebody we can go to and really explain it.
A lot of times that's self-imposed though.
It is. It goes
because we be
ways.
so worried. But I get why like
it goes both ways.
I get why some men don't like to tell people stuff because sometimes it gets brought back up.
Exactly. And in the worst case, like I told you this in confidence so you can know that this is a vulnerable situation for me. Then you bring it back up in my face. Like I'd rather keep it to myself and try to figure it out if that's what I have to deal with.
It's important to talk though, to have somebody just say some shit too. Like what we was doing, I just wanted to goddamn talk about what the hell going on.
Yeah, and the help. Like I feel like with men, like I was talking to one of my homeboys. Like if a man don't have a plan, like it's hard for you to get out of any situation that you're in because, like, what do you rally behind? Like what's your you gotta have. It's just like if you was forced to walk 2-3 miles. If you can see the sign, you like, okay, shit, I'm gonna jog a little bit, I'm gonna run a little bit, but I can see where I'm going. A plan is seeing what you're trying to do. Like if you don't have no plan, nigga, you just isolated.
100 miles.
And if you isolated,
hey, yeah, 2 miles.
And it might only be right. You know what I'm saying? Like it might be 100 miles back that way to safety, 2 miles this way. You don't have no plan, so you You walk a little bit this way, a little bit that way, a little. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a plan.
End up in the same.
Because to me, a plan is direction.
The same spot, do that shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we was talking about with that, but there we go. This week, got it. Yo Gotti dropped a Gangsta Grills basically with DJ Drummer. What was it called? I showed you.
I showed you so.
I showed you so. Have y'all had a chance to listen to it? And if so, what y'all thought about what Gotti dropped?
Yes, and yes.
I like that.
And he did it. I like Gotti. Pause. I do like Gotti. I like what Gotti does, what he stands for. When you actually listen to what he's actually saying and the meaning behind those things, he shows who he is. You like it. Like, I ain't gonna lie. On first listen, I was like, I was a little like, he still sound like 2008, 2009, same old guy.
That's what I wanted though.
You know, and then once you listen to him still sounding like that with better production, with better context behind what he's saying. Like, is it the Love You song? What is it? No Fake Love song? Like, on that No Fake Love. And it's a quick song. It's about a 2-minute, 15-second song. Like, stuff like that, man. That context and that's what I want from God. And that's what I like from God.
Yeah, I liked it. And to me, on the first listen, I enjoyed it. Because to me, I didn't feel it from like this sound like the old guy. To me, it sounded like I matured a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm more bitten. Like, he said, I'm more jaded. Like, nigga, I don't even rap for real. I just rap sometimes.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, and then he was talking about every Friday, nigga, I'm still hustling, nigga. It's just every Friday I get an Interscope check or whoever he said, a Capital check. You know, because think about all the different artists he got now. From Glorilla to Moneybag to ESTG to all of them different niggas. So so he's still talking that talk. He just talking it from more of I'm an executive now.
I like how them niggas sounded more seasoned on this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Bag different. Bag was different.
Sounded way more seasoned than normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit ran to me.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. First listen, I didn't like it too much. What was I doing? Because that determines it a lot.
I like how you gave us
I was
two
actually sitting
verses.
at home at work. That's probably why. I was sitting at home at work listening to that. But then once I went to the gym or rode in the car and listened to it, I was like,
You enjoyed it after that.
I did. On the way here this morning.
What you still going to?
To listen to? Gunna. Not gonna lie, Gunna, Babyface Ray. I'll go
The
to
last one?
Yeah. No. The one before that with the black, it's like the black cover.
Yeah.
So Gunna, Babyface Ray. A Lil Thug. I still got a Lil Thug in rotation. And Big X the Plug.
I've been on Big X, Gunna, and Kodak still.
But then when I want to get a little different, I go to fucking Post Malone. I like Post Malone.
You ain't got nothing to say about people fucking with you about your sad music list?
No, I don't care. I don't care. It's called sad music. Nigga. You're not supposed to like it.
I got about 4-5 minutes. Them niggas said, "Who the sad list was trash and fuck."
It's sad. You're not supposed to like it. That shit's sad. Good. I'm glad. I hope I had 100% hate rate. I hope everybody hates.
I mean, you can have good sad music that everybody like. Like, oh man, that's a dope. I need to add that shit to when I get sad.
You don't want to be depressed on purpose sometimes.
Nigga, you got a sad list.
I know. That's why it's not good. You don't. That's my point. Do you?
That fuck no.
Exactly my point.
That's like going to a honey house.
So
I don't want to be scared.
You can't tell me how to make a sad song playlist that you don't have.
But is your sad song playlist for sad times?
Sometimes.
So
sometimes niggas want to be dark. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes niggas be in a dark space. I want to hear some sad music. Fuck it. For real.
So you want the sad music to match your mood?
Yeah. That's the whole purpose of it. Like.
No, I get it.
And it's not saying that because sometimes sad music can get you out that sad spot. Because even though it's sad, it's still telling you how to prevail in your sadness. Niggas be misunderstanding.
They don't get it, huh?
Niggas be misunderstanding.
Did you see this week Drake on his tour bought out Meek Mill?
Yes, I saw that.
Also brought out Gilly and Wallow when he was in Philly as well. Paid tribute to Gilly late son.
Can you do that?
What?
Well, not that. I ain't talking about the Gilly. I wanted to get before the Gilly part.
Meek Mill?
Yeah, the Meek Mill part.
What about it?
Could you bring out somebody you beef with and had verbal spats out in the public with like, fuck you nigga, you a bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, because it wasn't real beef.
But can you as a person do that and then come on, let's go out here for this show?
Yeah, if it wasn't real beef. Like if it's just like a real, like we just competitive beefing, like if we talking crazy.
I think
about.
it got past that. I think it was like serious for a point in time.
Sure, it was, but it wasn't street beef. Like it wasn't like.
No, it wasn't shooting my bank, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about me and you as a person. You got a nigga over here talking shit about you. He don't like you. Fuck you. You a whole ass nigga. Can you a week later go stand on the stage?
Not a week later, but it's been some years.
5 years later, go stand on the stage with this nigga and be like, "Hey, what's
Yeah,
up? This
possibly.
my homeboy. He the coolest."
Because I look at it as a standpoint, how they looking at it. Nigga, we grown now. It's too much money to be made. Like, nobody got hurt. Nobody had a physical fight. Nobody did anything that's past words. And like they said, nigga, it's just words. Like, shit, what you mad about the words for?
I ain't mad about it. And I be cool. I even holler at you, but I ain't about to go do that. That's just me.
You're not going to go?
No, I ain't doing that.
But it wasn't serious.
To me, it was. I understand that nobody was fighting, nobody got shot, nobody. I'm talking about from a respect level. Me as a person, I need my respect, and if you ever disrespect me like that, I can't go be cool with you or get on the stage with you like that no more. That's me personally.
I guess for me, even when they was dissing each other, they never got. It was rap related. It never really got like. Nigga, that's why you had to buy this person.
It was a little personal. You gotta admit it was a little personal. But like, the Drake and Meek Mill beef was personal.
Sure, it had personal elements to it, but I just don't think that like they said anything that got to the point of like you really feel disrespected, played. I gotta put hands on them.
Well, to me, it's different because I feel like if I say that toward a person, or if a person says that towards me, and we get in the room together, we gonna fight.
Yeah, but that was now. but remember now that this is 5-6 years later.
I get that.
So maybe y'all ain't fighting no more.
But we ain't in the room no more like that either, though. Like, we ain't got to fight. But we ain't coming walking. And we can even probably be in the room. But we ain't coming walking on stage. This is my homeboy. This is my nigga. Yeah.
We squashed the beef.
So what? We can still do that and not do all of that.
Oh, you one of them niggas that want to beef for lifetime.
I don't want to
beef.
I just said I don't want to.
No, I got it.
I'm just
nigga, it's up and it's stuck, nigga.
Nah, I ain't saying that. You just ain't about to be my homeboy like that.
No, nigga, I got it. Fuck them niggas. Man, hey, who to say it, man? Fuck them niggas, dog.
Yeah. Once you betray me as a homeboy, you can no longer be a homeboy.
Well, I don't think they was ever homeboys.
But now they're homeboys?
They're not. They're industry friends.
Same thing for me. I ain't about to bring somebody on this podcast for the industry purposes if I don't really like them.
I don't think they disliked each other.
I think they did.
I think they were sparring because of rap beef.
I don't think that Drake disliked Meek. I think that Meek disliked Drake.
Well, because Meek is the street guy and he's letting the grassy guy get at him.
Yeah, so I think it was beef, man.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not arguing that beef or not, but I could see why they probably, it was easy for them to squash them.
Sold out show in my city. You gonna bring me out to your sold out show in my city?
You probably could do one too.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Toronto.
So you gonna bring me out in my own city? To me, it's like
he little boyed him.
Yeah.
He little boyed him, man. In my opinion, he little boyed him.
He got sons.
Come here, little boy. Come here, little man.
No, Meek Mill would have peeped that.
Come here, little man.
I don't think that's the energy at all.
I don't think that's the energy, but that's what it looks like to me. And I think that Drake really meant to bring Meek Mill out and have fun. But I'm saying, to me, he looked like he little boyed him.
So if you think that Drake brought him out to have fun, then Meek Mill probably thought the same thing.
Why would you want to go out there and look like the little boy?
Wrong, but
it looks like
shit
it.
Just look a little.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, I'm not saying y'all wrong. I just don't think that it qualified for real beef.
Okay.
They never talked about harming each other or slapping each other for real. They just rapped, and that's part of rap.
Real beef.
That's what I'm saying. It was a rap battle.
It was beef. I think it was beef. Me and my opinion, it was beef.
Nigga, the nigga said they stayed in the same hotel. If it was beef, somebody should have got beat up. Beef. Oh man, it ain't no beef.
But what you about to say about Gilly and them after that though?
No, I was just saying he brought them out. He brought them out too, and pay respects to Gilly, son that just passed away recently. He was like, we're not gonna give a moment of silence. We finna give a round of applause, man, for the life that was lived and celebrated. Pretty dope, man.
Rest in peace again, Cheese.
Yeah. This week in sports, man, been wild. Pac-12, man, they lost this week. Oregon and Washington decided to join USC and UCLA and move over to the Big Ten. Utah, Arizona, and Arizona State are taking their services to meet with Colorado back in the Big 12.
Services.
Yeah, they gone. The realignment shakeup. What's your thoughts and opinions about all of these different moves? Do you like it? Do you think it's for college football? Do you think it's gonna make better college football? Like, what's your thoughts? Because I've gotten a lot of different responses from different people.
I get confused every time I see a different move, but I just ultimately think that it's college football. It's always going to be college football. It's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to evolve. The Big 12 started at the Big 10 or the Big 8 or Big 6 or whatever they were, and it just expanded. Some conferences have grown. Some have died. Some have stayed stagnant. The game of football is going to keep evolving. Is it good or is it bad? For the Pac-12, it's bad. For football in general, maybe it's good. Because I think it just makes it a little bit more competitive. Because it's people coming from, I always say this, people coming from Wisconsin to go play in California in the sun, or coming from California, sunny California, to go to Wisconsin in December. And it's just going to make that aspect of the game a little different. Yeah.
Somebody said it creates for the viewership, it creates better games to watch.
It's wider. It's wider.
Like they was like, imagine if, you watching, instead of watching Iowa and Purdue, you watching
USC, Oregon, Ohio State. And you know how those Pac-12 games, they're going to go to California, and the late night game, the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock game going to be Oregon and fucking Ohio State.
Yeah.
So you're going to get that too, to whereas it's just going to be more spread out. I don't know. We're going to see if it's good or it's bad.
It's going to make that night game a lot better. That game that come on the team.
The game
right.
after the game, like the 6:30 game.
Yeah. When you start getting ready to go to sleep, that shit going to make it a lot better. Yeah. Which is why the Pac-12, I felt like was in trouble. Remember, they was trying to desperately figure out how to get more people to watch them.
What did they do so wrong, though, to where that shit just fell apart?
It's money.
Shit, that shit just boom.
I initially had the breakdown.
Like, really?
It's money. Like,
Big 12,
I don't know how accurate this is, but they said for the fiscal 2022, for example, Big 10 now is sitting at $7 billion revenue that they're getting off TV, which is equating to almost, like, I felt like they said it was like $100 million or something like that per school. The SEC, they getting almost 70, 80 million per school off their TV revenue alone now. The Pac-12 was down about, they were the lowest out of them, or one of the lowest. They was down there with the ACC. They was more like, I think they were more like 17 to 20 a million per school. So all of this boils down to.
I wonder what the Big 12, Big 12, whatever they, the Big 16 or some shit. I wonder what the Big 12 money is.
Now or then?
Texas, now that Texas, that old money that, and they're bringing a few teams from the Pac-12 too.
Yeah.
So I wonder what their money per year is. And what does Miami, Florida State, Clemson do? Do they get the hell out the ACC too?
Florida State, they've this last 2 weeks they've been voicing it. We're out of here because they're only getting like 17 million a year. So they ready. They said whoever called, they going. So I think it's between right now. I would think the SEC, because right now the SEC got 16 teams. The Big 10 got 18. So they got room for two. That could be Florida State and Clemson.
So in that aspect,
I wouldn't be mad at that either.
I wouldn't either. But I think it kind of affects it because it affects the overall game of the sport. Because, like, shit, you got all of them teams in one conference. Shit, you only got 2 teams going to the conference championship. So it's no more a big, Big 5, Power 5, however many fives. And that is going to put it down to 3, really? Big 12, SEC, Big 10. I think for it to be fully successful, for football to really be successful, it should be probably 4 maybe. Up top, down low, over here, some kind of way.
But then what does that do to little schools then? Do you worry about what that does to the South Alabamas, the UABs?
They're going to be who they're going to be. I think they still stay where they are. It's harder for them to get too big, but they're not too small to where they can't survive.
Now, one thing I told somebody, like, there's a lot of ways. They were like, man, they make it harder for UAB to survive because of the money. I was like, actually, maybe it make it easier because now that $1 million game versus Tennessee or versus Alabama, that could be $10 million that they make off that game. Because if them motherfuckers making all this money revenue, they just got to pay a little more. Right. So, yeah, shoot us a little bit, bro.
So it helps UAB a little bit because then they're getting those facilities.
If that happens like that, this money we talking about. So niggas don't share money very well.
They don't, but they kind of the way that UAB is built, they kind of got to get some help.
Maybe.
Alabama.
We don't know.
Got to get them some help a little bit. You know,
We don't know.
So, but I don't think that
We've never seen this
I don't
before.
think it harms or kills UAB. I think they're going to be a solid mid-tier school conference team to what that's what they're going to be.
I like what the Big 12 did.
There's too many players for them not to do nothing.
And even with the Big 12, with the exception of, I can't even say that.
Of who?
I was about to say West Virginia. They still were regionally based.
Yeah,
but no, because you got Cincinnati, you got UCF. So that's
ain't nobody like that no more. That's
what you mean?
with.
No, I'm saying
SEC maybe, right?
I'm saying like travel wise, like UCLA and the Big Ten gonna have to go to Happy Valley.
Yeah.
So I was about to say that it wasn't bad like that for the Big 12, but then I thought about it. Yes, it is, because if you still one of them Arizona, you got to travel to Orlando.
I think that the SEC is the only place right now to where it's a bubble.
It's still they scope.
It's still a bubble.
Yeah, they still got Southern. All their teams still Southern. Like they ain't went and got nobody from California, and even if they do Clemson and Florida State, that's still the Southeast.
Yeah.
They still basically the South, because
they go get Ohio State. That's different.
Yeah. It's gonna make for some good football, man. I'm curious to see how all of this play out, man.
I just wonder how the top of those conferences are going to be treated, because I think it's going to be, you're making it so small to where the top of those conferences are going to be jumbled, and they're going to always have even more arguments to that 5th, 6th, or 7th team that gets into the playoffs or into whoever it may be. But it still makes a good football at the top. Now the bottom of them conferences, what happens with that? Why I got to be Ohio State get $100 million and Purdue, who went 1-19, get $100 million or
because that's based off TV revenue, so they're part of that conference. So everybody gets that just off TV revenue. Now from what you make outside of that, I don't know.
But do I still think that's fair? Me as Ohio State,
yeah, because you part of the conference. So that just goes to anybody in the conference. But that don't mean like Ohio State. Let's just say, and I'm just using fake numbers. They can't. They won't. They'll never do it. But if we're just looking at numbers, like, all right, that revenue is set just off a TV deal, so everybody get that set amount. But that ain't to say, nigga, if you get the conference championship or you get that extra primary prime time game or something, maybe you get a little bit more. So, nigga, Iowa get $70 million, but maybe Ohio State got $150 million off of that shit.
And I'm fair with that.
Right,
because really more eyes are on me for the
right.
TV.
They're gonna break that down, but see, it's hard to rule somebody out, because let's just say
I ain't saying rule them out, but I'm saying we shouldn't get the same thing.
Well, it's hard to say that, because let's just say who you want to use, Vanderbilt. Let's say in the SEC. What if them niggas turn around and have an undefeated season that same year?
You get a little bit more. We'll give you some incentives next year or something.
I think that TV revenue should be based off the conference. Nah, but I don't know. This conference realignment, it's gonna be exciting. It's always exciting. It's football, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be always exciting to see how this pan out. But I do kind of hate it because it's strictly about the money.
It's all about the money.
Yeah,
fully about the money. Not at all about student athletes, but at least they are coming around to that too. Though they understanding that it's about the money, so it's not just about the money for them. They're letting these kids get some money too, which are changing lives for families as well. So, cool.
Did you see Deion talk about that this week? He was saying how he was talking about the money, and he said that how the hell as adults we sit here and get mad at kids about doing stuff and transferring, chasing money and chasing the bag, and we doing it. Yeah. Like it's over with. You gotta leave these kids alone.
Coaches, the person who recruited you to change your life left you in a year for the money.
For the money. And it's always been like that. Yeah. So now it's just even playing field. So now I've
always felt that.
Although I hate it, I get it.
Like keep it on the even playing field. Like the coach can do it, the player can do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's fair.
I hate it, but that's what's here now.
It's just a different way to teach life now. Yeah. We look at like, go get your education. Go get it for free. Go be an engineer. But at the moment you want to leave LSU and go to USC because they're going to give you $2 million more, and you're still going to be able to do everything else you wanted to do, go.
Football, nigga, is back.
Football's back. Football's
this
back.
This week, the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, round of applause. The Hall of Fame game.
The Hall of Fame. Look at
Yeah,
that.
the Hall of Fame, nigga.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers. Who they played? The Giants? No, the Browns.
Jets. The Browns?
No,
the Browns.
Green Bay Packers. I'm thinking Rodgers. The Jets played the Browns. Didn't really get to watch the game, but my main thing is the Hall of Fame inductees. You had a pretty cool list. You had Rondé Barber, Don Coryell, Chuck Howley, Joe Clico, Darrell Reeves, Ken Riley, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, and DeMarcus Rail. Do you have a problem with that list?
I don't have a problem with this list. Everybody I know, I think, deserves to be in there, like the Rondé, Don Coryell, Eric Coryell, Klecko, Reeves. I don't know much about Riley. Joe Thomas for sure started from day one till day 999,001. Zach Thomas was a beast in the middle, and DeMarcus Well was a beast on the end.
Yeah.
Their whole career. So the people that I know in their careers, I don't have a problem with them. I want to know what's the structure. How does it go? Is it strictly based on votes and who all gets his votes? Is it the press? Is it who? Is it who? Is it who?
I think it's coaches, man. Ain't it coaches, NFL people? Shit,
I think
execs.
It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of everything.
I think it's a little of both. It's execs, it's coaches, as well as it's the media. Big time. I think the media has a big.
Do you have a problem with Rondé Barber? I just heard a lot of people saying that he didn't really do anything. He was a cover 2 corner. He didn't really do much of nothing. Why he on the list? That's what I heard.
He changed the culture of Tampa Bay. Like once he got there, along with all of those other players.
I mean,
he was
it was Lynch, it was Brooks, it was Warren Sapp. I don't know if Barber get credit for that.
Apparently he does. He got into the Pro Bowl. I mean, to the Hall of Fame. So apparently he does, and I give him his credit. To me, he was good. I liked what he did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think is his brother in there?
I don't know. He said that he give all the credit to his brother. I saw his speech.
But he also one of them players who Tiki. He also one of them players who was real good at corner and then transitioned to safety and made differences in the game in that aspect.
Did you see some of the names that was finalists on the list?
Yeah,
like Devin Hester, Reggie Wayne, and I thought that was crazy because
Andre Johnson, Patrick
Torrey
Willis.
Holt was one on there. And I thought Torrey Holt should have been probably in that thing.
I would have thought so too, because him that
Andre
duo,
Johnson.
I mean, it's you can always make an argument of somebody else being in there, but I'm not taking any of those people out
to make
because I think they all should be in there. So, like, if other than the people I don't know, I can't really argue about that. So, I wonder why you can't have more get in. That's my whole thing. Is why not Torrey Holt as well? That's what I want to know. So maybe the people who voted didn't vote enough for him. And so
what about to people like Dion who said it's watered down? They let too many people in.
It is. They need to be a Hall
of
Fame.
You just said you want more people in.
Well, but there also still should be a Hall of Fame of a Hall of Fame. Like when we had the conversation talking about retiring numbers throughout the whole NBA or just retiring your jersey. Not your number, just your jersey. Your jersey's getting rafted, but when your number gets retired, that's different. Like retired Jordan number should be retired, I think. And there's very few that's on that Jordan list, maybe 5.
I feel like you didn't agree with me when I was making my point about the Raptors.
I always say that.
I think you. I wish I could remember the exact thing.
Remember, and I feel
because a lot of people was like, I don't know who we was talking about, but I was like, Melo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you agree with what I said about Melo.
What you said about Melo?
Remember I said that his jersey shouldn't be retired.
I disagree with that. I think his jersey, not his full number out of the NBA, no, but his jersey should be in the Raptors, yes. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I won't argue.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That ain't what y'all arguing with me about.
That's what I was arguing about. That's what I'm telling you. That the Hall of Fame of the Hall of Fame is Michael Jordan number gets retired.
I don't think that's what y'all said to me. I don't know.
No, I'm telling you what I said.
All right.
I'm explaining to you.
Look, the camera don't lie.
You don't. It wasn't on camera. It was in the text message.
No, we talked about it on the pod.
I thought that was a conversation with.
And we brought it up on the pod.
Well, I still feel the same way. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Now, numbers and jerseys are different.
Speaking of, we talked earlier about being versatile and switching. Don't know if he gonna accept it, but did you see that Mark Jackson was offered $1 million by an adult film company to do the play-by-play announcement on?
There ain't enough money.
$1 million to announce a nigga crashing?
Not for him, ain't enough. Not because if he does that, then he probably loses his NBA job. So y'all gonna have to give me 500 of these episodes for me to. If you give me 500 episodes, I'm gone. That's $500 million.
So you ain't taking it?
It depends on how many shows you already got lined up for me. Give me 100 shows.
That shit'll be wild. It was some kind of webcam. It was a webcam thing that they was asking, did he want to host?
From way downtown. Bang. Pause.
He shoots from deep.
Right. Scores. Yeah, man, that's wild, man.
Ah, bud. You didn't even see him when she put her leg up?
Right. Bang.
But y'all bud crazy. But yeah, I saw that shit. And it's curious. They didn't say how he responded, but I thought that was kind of funny.
One show ain't enough. Now I could get 100 shows for $1 million. I got it.
You see them fucking with my man, Agent Zero. Gilbert Arenas.
Buying pussy?
When he was talking about he wouldn't get married. Somebody asked him why he wasn't married. He was like, because buying vagina is cheaper nowadays. Women out here want to eat 3 times a day. They want to go to all expensive ass places. There's a lot of things that come with it when I can just pay $200 to $250 and get right to the good stuff.
Hey man, your preference is your preference, man. If that man rather have he rather spend his $250 or his $300 and go on about the rest of his day, that's his preference. I'm cool with it. You cool with me, my guy? That's what you prefer. Then go ahead and do it. So they leave that man alone. Let that man buy his stuff, buy his goods, goods and services, and go on about his business, man. Like who are we to judge? Because he's right. You see girls nowadays will approach you day one like, you need to take me somewhere. I don't even know your last name, girl.
You gonna get my hat in? Fuck no, nigga. Fuck you.
Right. You
I don't even know what it look like yet.
You gonna pay my life?
Nigga, I need to show me something. Got that shit. I got bumps on it. I might not want to pay for that. I don't even know what it look like.
So yeah, when you approaching me like that, then yeah, I'm just gonna buy it. You go get your own little hair done and go and get out my face.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because that ain't what I ultimately wanted.
And $250 for somebody like him, that's light.
Yeah, that nigga don't know. That's the $40 for the regular.
Yeah, that's the $40 for
so y'all $40 girls gotta realize y'all $40 girls too.
Because you ain't $250.
You know what I'm saying?
Watch they try to change the price.
No. Gilbert Arenas saying the millionaire saying he pays $250.
You change that price to $250, I'm gonna turn into what's my man name? Kevin Samuels.
The nigga only making $60K.
You ain't high value, goddamn. Fuck all that.
So if the man only making $60K, he should only have to pay $20.
Yeah, well, that's that. Moving on into the dummy of the week.
Stupid.
Dumbass, stupid ass dummy.
Who we got?
I got a plethora of people that need to bring their ass to the principal's office.
That mean a group, right?
Yeah, it's a bunch of them. We're gonna start with the Atlanta food spot. Georgia mother says that a restaurant served her child alcohol beverages during a birthday dinner. It was a group, I think they were all about 10, 12, 11 years old. And they ordered drinks and they thought what was to be regular, sodas or juice. Mm-hmm. They bought their ass alcohol.
Mimosas looking ass. And they're drinking mimosas at 9 years old.
I got another one.
I need to see how the mom
T.J. Dudley Jr. Yes, I hate to do this. It hurts me. It pains me to bring you to the principal's office, but you got to bring your motherfucking ass to the principal's office. The Clemson linebacker, standout star, man, down in Montgomery Catholic. We have personal ties to him and his family. His dad played ball with us over at UAB. But he was let go the other week from Clemson because he was leaking pictures of his teammates in the locker room on OnlyFans and getting paid for it.
That's wild. You get paid off another man's hammer. Whoa. You get paid for another man's hammer.
Ain't that wild, nigga just coming out the shower in the locker room and you over that bitch.
I'm going to sneak this picture. I'm on Twitter. I ain't doing nothing. Nigga, why your flash went off?
Ooh, this nigga a Heisman candidate. I know they'll pay a little extra for him. That shit crazy as fuck. But I think he just got picked up by Ole Miss. So, I mean, I'm all for redemptions, man, and people
Ole Miss
getting another
if
chance.
You play football, you can take all the pictures you
I know the Ole Miss players going to be looking at that nigga. Hey, you need a flip phone with no camera on that bitch.
You got to go take a shot over there.
He got to put his phone, as soon as he come in, he got to put his phone in the little cubby. Your shit get locked up.
Put him in the lockbox like the Kevin Hart shows. You got to put your shit in the lockbox.
Yeah, man. We got to know that your phone put up. We don't trust you around here. So, bring him to the principal's office. And the minor league baseball team pulls a shirt design that resembled a racial slur. I forgot the name of the team. It was a minor league team down in Chattanooga. The Chattanooga Lookouts is who it was. And they tried to abbreviate the name of Chattanooga and just put Nooga on it. But they did the N-O-G-G-A. But if you look at the O and the G, it's two eyes, and it looks very similar to the Chattanooga niggas. So
The Nike niggas is what it look like.
The Nike niggas. Look at that shit, man.
That shit look like the Nike niggas, man. That's
Yeah.
wild.
So for that, you niggas are the dummy of the week.
I saw what y'all was trying to do, but that was bad strategy.
Dumbass,
The
stupid ass
Nuga
dummy.
lookouts. I get it, but it looked like nigga.
Any other news or information we forgot to add on to talk about this week, man, while we been... Where we at, Dez? What we looking like?
I'll win 10, 15-ish.
Any other news or information we forgot to
I ain't
add?
got nothing, man. Shouts out to y'all and y'all people and be special in everything you do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, hey, listen to your body. That's my talk for the week, man. If you tired, get you some rest, man. Rejuvenate yourself and bounce back. And on that note, we'll be back next week like we never left. Cause like we say every week, we never leave. You dig?
Out of here.
Dummy.